Hey everybody, it's David here from Tarot Avenue. Nice to be back with you. And I wanted to just do a quick video here about a couple of 3 card spreads that I think could be really good for you. I have already written a post about 3 card spreads before, which I will link to in the description below, because there's a few different ones in there. But these are just more 3 card spreads that I thought could be good. I am really a big fan of the 3 card spread. I think it can give you heaps of information. It really, you can get deep with the cards. You know, sometimes I find when you have the 10, 11, 12 card spreads, the reading can be so disjointed because the reader is jumping from one card to the next, and it can almost be a little bit overwhelming. Whereas I think the 3 card spreads, you can really get to the crux of the matter, and you can get some clear advice and clear indication about where you should go, what you should do, and how you should get there. So let's have a look. These are just 2 really simple ones. I will show you the spreads, and then we'll do a little demo for you as well so you can follow along. So you will see there, the first one, it's just situation, obstacle, and outcome. Now this is one that I regularly do. I do a weekly newsletter for my subscribers. You can go to tarotavenue.com/sign up, and you can sign up to the newsletter there. You'll get a weekly, as well as news about all the blog posts and whatever is happening in Tarot Avenue. You also get a weekly reading, which just gives you a bit of an indication for the collective, a bit of an indication what's coming up that week. And I always do a 3 card spread, sometimes 4, but usually 3, because it really, as I say, I'm a big fan. And situation, obstacle, outcome is quite often one that I will go to. But you'll notice there it's just laid out similar to the beginnings of the Celtic cross there, with the second card kind of crossing that first card, which is symbolic of what's standing in your way. It's an obstacle, it's kind of laying on top of you, top of the situation. So it's weighing on your mind. So we will see there that I have drawn for the situation, we've got the 10 of Cups. The obstacle, we've got the King of Pentacles, and the outcome, the 6 of Pentacles. So overall, I'm looking at this, I'm seeing we've got 2 Pentacle cards, so that could be significant. We've got the 10 of Cups, which would suggest the end of a journey, a lovely card, and we will get into that. So overall, looks like a bright reading. Doesn't look like this person's going to have, you know, loads of major obstacles or major drama or trouble. But I think that there are some issues that need to be addressed, or, you know, because in life it's all about getting better and growing and improving. And that's really where I feel tarot comes into its own, where it's very much about reaching your potential and going further than you are right now. So yes, when we look at the situation there, 10 of Cups, so that would say, look, things are really good. The 10 of Cups, it's somebody that's reached that happy, the happy ever after to a certain degree. They've got everything there. They've got the family, the cups are full, the rainbows, everybody's dancing. So it would suggest that, you know, if you went up to this person, you'd be like, oh, how are things going? The person would be like, life is good, things are great, you know. So it doesn't mean that there are necessarily obstacles there. And that's the thing about this spread, it's not about some big major life obstacle. It can be like, look, what's stopping you from taking that even further? Because once we reach the 10 of Cups, where do we go? You know, do we just stay there forevermore, or it's time to kind of explore a new path and a new chapter and try and build on what we already have? So then we have the obstacle there coming in as the King of Pentacles. So this would suggest that, say somebody has got to that 10 of Cups space, they're very happy, life is great, but it's maybe time for a new chapter. So the King of Pentacles, again, he's kind of like a master with the finances. He's reached the prime kind of knowledge when it comes to finance and business and all the materials. So it would suggest somebody that has gone really far, but it's showing us an obstacle because it's like, well, where do you go next? Again, these 2 cards together would suggest to me a bit of an end of a chapter, because, you know, it's about they've both reached their goal. So the obstacle would be, where do I turn next? What do I do with this? Because once you've kind of got there, as I say, it's important to keep moving, but what could you do? So then we get to the outcome, and we get to the Six of Pentacles. And I thought this was really interesting because you see a little story evolving here. So yes, somebody that's life is good, they've mastered the finances, but then what's the outcome? It's now time for them to give back and start sharing with others. They've got to this amazing stage in their life where they've got all this knowledge and wealth and all the kind of things that most people crave. But then it's like, well, it's now time to give back. The Six of Pentacles is a card about kind of charity, but balancing the scales, and so maybe adjusting things and thinking you are now in a position of power to a certain degree, so you are able to help others. So it's time to, really start to kind of find out how you can give back. It might be time, it might be money, it might be resources, it might be sharing your knowledge. It can be any of those things. So if we're tying it back to tarot, it could be somebody that's got to a stage, a really kind of substantial stage in their tarot career, but maybe they want to help other tarot readers or help other people to read tarot or help other tarot business owners kind of develop their business. Or it might just be somebody it's somebody, when we look at the Ten of Cups there, that's really kind of unlocked that key to true happiness and true love. Maybe it's time for them to share those the keys to happiness with the world and share their blueprint, if you like. So I would say the story there is, yes, it's somebody who's ready for something else, but it's time for them to start giving back. So we see a really lovely kind of little transition happening there. So nice and easy, but that's sometimes enough. Clear message. What else do we need? So then we'll move to the next one down, and you will look there, and we have situation, what is hidden, and then the advice. So the situation, we look here, we've got the Page of Cups. So the lovely Page of Cups, he is quite young, you could say naive. There's a sense of this, I always feel this fish jumping out of the cup. It's kind of like your subconscious or your intuition trying to get in touch with you. So this would feel like somebody who's maybe at the beginning of a spiritual journey or just starting to tap into that intuition. But when we think of cups, we think of the heart, we think of emotion, we think of creativity. So it feels like they're just at the beginning of that journey. Maybe they've found tarot, maybe they've just started drawing, maybe they're just had a bit of a change of heart and decided in 2019, the turn of the year, they're going to be more kind. They're starting to lead from the heart. But it's all a practice, and it's all about kind of moving yourself forward, which is, you'll see the theme that we're talking about all the time. And then what is hidden? And we get the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. So Four of Pentacles, he's there, he's kind of holding on to his wealth, he's reluctant to move. So very stiff, very kind of secure and stable, but doesn't really want to go anywhere, because you can see he's quite solid. He's in that concrete chair, and he has not given up that pentacle. But what's really interesting to me is, we're talking about the Page of Pentacles being the heart space. That pentacle, the Page of Cups being the heart space, that pentacle there in the Four of Pentacles is right across the heart and the solar plexus. So this is somebody that's maybe putting finances and money ahead of the kind of heart and love and opening and leading from that heart space. So in terms of what's hidden, it might be, I see that this is a bit of an internal conflict. So this person feels like they're on this spiritual journey, they're ready to kind of go and explore new horizons and really get into this kind of space. But there's this other part of them, the Four of Pentacles, that's holding them back, that's thinking, because change can be uncomfortable, and within us all, there's a part of us that just doesn't want to be uncomfortable. So it's like, no, I'm just going to do the same. That's why you'll find people kind of get stuck in a rut, because they go to the same cafes, they walk the same way to work every day, they sit in the same chair, they have to use the same pen, and because we become comforted by things rather than kind of exploring new horizons and new opportunities as they come up. So I would say there's a bit of a real kind of conflict between these two, and almost feels like a bit of an internal battle. Could be external, because it could be maybe if this person has a partner, maybe the partner's like, no, you can't, you know, we need to focus on building our career, building wealth, and we need to just focus on money. So it feels like very different focuses there. But then we get to the advice, and look at that, we've got the Ace of Cups, so we can see who the clear winner is. It almost feels to me like, because you can use this layout as an advice spread as well, in terms of up the top is option 1, down the bottom is option 2, and then to the right is the advice. But look at that, we get the Ace of Cups, so there's a clear winner. So it's saying choose the heart space, you know, forget about the Four of Pentacles, because I feel like you know, that stability, if you do open your heart, the stability and the groundedness will come. And you can't, you know, I always say you can make money and still lead from the heart as well. You can still be secure, financially secure. You can be in a good position. You can still have material things, but still be led by the heart. So I think that's a really lovely story again. And it's like, if I were doing this reading for somebody, I would be saying, follow your heart. Go all in with the intuition, do what you can to uncover your intuition, unlock your intuition, activate your intuition, and really kind of take that journey further, because I think the advice is coming through loud and clear. So there you go. That is 2 3-card spreads for you. I'll put a little link so you can, if you want to read more about this. And don't forget, you can subscribe or visit tarotavenue.com if you want to see more details there about different tarot spreads. I've got a free introduction to tarot course there. I've got a free intuition course as well. So there's lots of information over on the website. And I appreciate your eyes and ears, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.